Yeah, my mummy. Yeah, there's all the stuff with my mum. Yeah, which is really, really cool. Yeah, we get all of that backstory too. I might kiss somebody on the show. Those pictures came out. Yes. I was like, no! On Twitter, like, what about Belle? I'm like, that's become my new saying. That's maybe my favourite moment of all of my stuff that's aired thus far, you know, when Faye's dying, I'm like, that's a shame. Which is horrible, right? And then Bobby Carlyle's like, yeah, did they tell him the price? And I just go, oops. My dad will like text me like, oops. That's his favourite thing. It's just awful.
It sounds like you're having a lot of fun playing Wicked.
Yeah.
Is it more fun
wicked to play Wicked, yeah. This is definitely the most fun I've ever had in my career. It's the most fun character I've ever played because there's just so many layers. And even in the beginning it was really fun because, you know, in Storybrooke when they didn't know who I was and I got to play, you know, so lovely. And Snow White, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'd love to help.
She's almost like Mary Poppins.
Yes, I totally was channeling Mary Poppins. You know, and I just knew as we were shooting that the audience was like, no, run! So it was fun, you know. And then I got to like go back in time and play the old me, and then I'm the green me, and then the white me. It's like all these different, you know, dimensions of the same person. It's just been, as an actor, it's like so much more fun, you know.
I have to ask the makeup. What's involved? How? That seems like quite the commitment.
Yeah, luckily I've learned patience over the year, and you know the makeup artists on the show are so cool that I'm having fun in the chair because I genuinely love the people. So being in the hair and makeup trailer is like a highlight of my day. It's really fun, but it takes about an hour to an hour and a half to do just the green, and that's not including then the hair and then getting dressed and then the hat goes on last, you know. But the green paint is airbrush paint. It's 6 layers. It's 4 different greens, and then one kind of like eggplant colour for shading and in the eyes, and then we do like the lashes and the lips and everything, and then at the very, very end they spray gold, like a gold splatter over me, so that as I move it catches the light and it gives it like a different dimension. It's intense. And it was so smelly that it got to the point where we then had to get me my own makeup trailer because everybody else was like, you know, and Ginny's pregnant. We're like, yeah, let's like protect the kid. And I'm like, but what about me? Like, I'm not protecting me from me. I'm just breathing it in. Like, oh, don't worry about Maida. She'll be all right. Well, thanks everyone. I'll just die quietly in my own makeup trailer. Brilliant.
For the first couple of seasons, Regina takes on like the good guys and stuff. This is the first time she's really taking on like, aside from like Gold, right? It's like the first time she really takes on like another like female villain of like pop culture. Like, how do you feel like the Wicked Witch is like a worthy adversary to Regina?
I just think it's really juicy. I've had so much fun working with Lana Parrilla, and the fact that we're sisters too, and we're both, you know, the evil queen and the wicked witch, and just it's been so juicy and so much fun to go toe to toe with her. You know, I just realised I was in for a fun ride in the first big scene that I shot with her when, you know, I first come to her castle and steal her dress, and we had this fabulous scene together. I'm like, and just playing with her, like literally nose to nose, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a really fun job. I just knew it in that moment, you know.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Regina kind of meet her match yet, and now it's like potential that 2 of them going at it.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
Do you think that Zelena can find peace at the end of all of this?
I hope so, but then, you know, Ronka said that, you know, villains don't get a happy ending, and that's really depressing. I hope so. You know, you hope for that. You know, you don't want someone to be in like perpetual purgatory or hell. You know, I pray for that for her, that she will find peace and happiness. You know.
Well, kind of on that note, do you think she can be redeemed? Because obviously Regina is the evil queen. She is still a character I think a lot of people do root for.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Wicked Witch can be someone that fans will root for and like want to be a part of the team in the future?
I think so. I mean, I think if people can do such awful things, you know, I think, you know, Rumpelstiltskin and the Evil Queen have had such fabulous journeys over these 3 seasons where they've done dreadful things, but then the more you learn about someone's backstory, you do start to relate and feel for them, and I think that could be possible for the Wicked Witch too, and I think having seen her awful past, you do start to think, okay, there's a reason. It's not like you just one no bitch, like there's a reason why the shit went down to get to this point, and I think that's what people can really relate to, and I think when I first started, I was really nervous that I was just going to get so much hate mail and hate tweets and maybe have to quit Twitter, and I was really shocked and surprised by the outpouring of love from the fans and people relating to my character, or even just people saying like, I absolutely hate Zelena. but for some reason I really love you, and I don't know why. And I think it's because like I genuinely do love Twitter, and I love the fans, and I think they can feel that. You know, like I'll sit and I'll hang out with them, or I kept them company on the 3-month break of the boring Winter Olympics. I'm like, we're nearly there, only a few more days, and they're like, thanks for hanging out with us in the interim. You know, and I do genuinely enjoy doing it. So I think maybe that's why. I think maybe they hate Zelena, but maybe they like me.
Along with fans of the show, there's a considerable cult of fandom for just Wizard of Oz, anything related to
Right,
Wizard of Oz.
right.
How has the reception from that sort of subgroup been for you?
Really good, really good. Surprisingly, you know, like what a fun, especially, and also it's different as well. Obviously, because being British, I thought maybe people like, oh, the Wicked Witch is supposed to be American, you know. But the boys really wanted me to play her British, and I think, you know, I've had a lot of like, you know, you're the sexiest or the most delicious Wicked Witch ever. I'm like, woo! Oh, I mean, I've had such lovely things, and it's just like, you know, when you work so hard and then you get that kind of feedback, it is really meaningful. It's really quite lovely. I'm really pleased.
What can you tease about Linda or anything else from the Wizard of Oz that will be coming up in this home stretch?
She's great, yeah. No, I'm really glad we get to go back to Oz again. In 320, we get a lot of stuff in Oz, and you know, we get to meet Glinda any minute now. Glinda and Dorothy are coming, so that was really fun. That felt like we were in a whole different TV show. It just felt like, you know, Once Upon a Time in Oz. It was really fun stuff coming up. Yeah.
What can you tease about the finale showdown?
Not a lot. Thanks for coming. That was like at the top of this. Do not say what you want with Snow White's baby. I'm like,
Well, what was your reaction to
it's a bit sick, isn't it? Like after a baby, like it's so funny. You know, this character is like so messed up. It's really, really fun to play. You know, it's some dark stuff coming, but it's so soon. I mean, we're nearly at the end, aren't we? So
How has the cast welcomed you into the fold? Because they've been working together for quite a long time now, and coming into this cast as a new person, did you feel like they were welcoming to you?
they were horrible to me. Super mean, really abusive. You know,
Jumped you in.
yeah, they got, you know, they toilet papered my trailer. No, yeah, just total opposite, you know. I mean, I knew a few of them just from being around in LA, and obviously I know Emily DeRavin from Lost. So we had that, and it was really, really easy and really seamless. And from day one, they're like, hey, welcome. And I just felt like I'd been there all along. It was a very similar experience, you know, with joining Lost.
Yeah.
Stepping into a pre-existing hit could potentially be a nightmare, but if it's the right people and you've got kind actors and a good crew, it's easy. And it's even better to just like slip into a pre-existing hit than be on something from the pilot where you're like, oh god, is it going to get me? Oh, we got 13. Do we get the back? I mean, it's a slog, network television from the beginning. But I'm like, oh, I'm on a hit TV show. I didn't have to do anything. I mean, as an actor, it's.
I don't know how much you can say, but does it end in a way where we feel like we may see her come back next season? Or is there a note of finality to her story?
I think anything's possible.
Very diplomatic.
Because I'm Wicked, and Wicked always wins.
How much did the producers tell you, like as far as the full arc of the character, or did you learn script by script?
A bit of both. I mean, they definitely said, you know, we're not just going to have you be a green one-note bitch. You're going to have a backstory, and we're going to learn, and it's going to be a, you know, a journey. So I knew that. But then, as I say, then it was like script by script. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, so it definitely was a surprise, you know. But then Lost was the same. It's like you don't even know if you're going to live or die on Lost in every episode. You found out sometimes after like the hair and makeup department. They get the scripts first, you know. Even props, like, oh, we're going to Oz. I'm like, oh, are we going to Oz? I didn't know. It's like the prop guy building something. I'm like, oh, I'm just an actor. I didn't need to know.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.